Hey everyone, this is Jeff with Big Campaign Stories. I thought it'd be fun to do a little side campaign. In episode 5, our heroes delivered a basket to Reginald Avory, a crime lord, from Madame Sangari, a rival crime lord. So in the background of the main campaign, I have a couple friends that are going to be playing a group working for one of these houses. To get us going, Doug, tell us about your
Hello.
character.
Yeah, I've made an inquisitor by the name of Flynn Exillum. He's not a very nice guy. He grew up with a bunch of privilege. His father, Patrick Sordai, was a big-time judge in his hometown, and he grew up with all of the trappings of a wealthy young man. And while he had plenty of training in law, meant to follow his father's footsteps, he found drinking and gambling would be a lot more fun. So he found pitfalls there and found himself in debt to people you really shouldn't be in debt to. So after getting bailed out a bunch, his father finally stripped him of his surname, and now he is exiled, thus Flynn Exillum. So now he's trying to figure out a way to make his way in the world. He's helped out with petty crimes for a long time, but now with all of his debts crushing in on him, he finds an offer too good to pass up from a devil. And this devil, Cordris, gives him the powers of an inquisitor so long as he follows Cordris and continues to work to pay off his debt now to the devil, who has covered his other debts for him.
All right. And so you made a deal with the devil. Is this tied to your work with these kind of crime houses, or is this in addition to that?
In addition to, so he's now working for a crime house because that's where Cordris would like him to be. It's a good way for him to crack down on those people who have written their own contracts and then tried to break out of them or done something to upset the crime lords that Cordris also more surreptitiously supports. So with his law background and with his Inquisitor Oathkeeper archetype, he's able to both create binding contracts for other people to sign, in a way filling a niche that had been covered by mechanists back when they were a thing in the realm. And now that there's no overarching law plane to tell us what to follow a contract, instead there's guys like Flynn who can write up a contract, you sign it, and if you break it, not only are you cursed, but he can find you. He can also, essentially, like a dog would follow somebody's sock that you found on the crime scene, Flynn can be given a broken contract and follow it to figure out where is this person that broke the contract and bring them to, if not justice, at least help them see the error of their ways.
Okay, great. And I don't know if I missed it. Did you say what your character kind of looks like?
I did not. So Flynn's not real tall, a little below average height, and black hair, gray eyes, kind of a pinched face. He's not unattractive exactly, but he's not. He's just kind of Weasley looking dude.
Okay.
And I'm adding as a flavor here when he uses the judgment, uses the powers granted to him by his patron, gets much more that yellowy gleam to his eyes, making him all the more kind of rodent-like, especially in the right light.
Alrighty. For Pathfinder nerds at home, what are your stats? What's the build?
So primary stat is dexterity. I've got him set up to be something of a gunslinger, not class-wise, but as far as what he actually uses in combat. So relying on his dexterity and then his wisdom as a way to support both his legal arguments as well as his actual inquisitor abilities. So that gives him do you want specific stats or do you want...
Yeah. What's your strength, dex, con? Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. So going down the list, strength 10, dex 18, con 14, int 11, wiz 16, and chaw 13. Starting at level 3, he's got a couple of stat bumps. Human race, so he's the initial stat bumps to, I wrote them all down, what was it? Wiz and con, to give him a little bit more staying power in his light armor. So he's wearing, rules-wise, concealed armor, so medium armor slows him down a little bit, but more like a heavy duster. And then otherwise, skills, he gets quite a few as an Inquisitor. Main skills, though, are he's got diplomacy, disguise, intimidate, his profession of barrister/lawyer, and then the sense motive and perception skills that come with being an Inquisitor, helping him figure out what people are up to, where they went. And then he gets a few spells. He's not going to lean on those terribly hard, which the fun part there is I've gone ahead and taken some spells that are less common both in combination with him not being a good character, as well as more leaning on those spells to follow up on, hey, you broke a contract. So we'll see how those go.
Oh, well, perfect. I think that's all we have for now, and we'll chat with the other players and get this going.
Sweet.
And of course, a special thanks to Nihilor for the intro and outro music, titled An Unwavering Will.